Breaking news. Wike's men threatens to destroy Governor Fubara's properties in Rivers. Hi guys, welcome back to Spice Channel TV. Thank you for always coming out here. If you're joining us for the first time, please kindly subscribe to get notified when we post more breaking news updates. Please click on the notification bell and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. So my country people, some former local government chairmen in Rivers State have accused Governor Fubara of sponsoring the Tuesday attack by the hunger protesters on the Port Harcourt residence of his predecessor, Nyesom Wike. These local government chairmen warned Fubara that he does not have a monopoly of violence in the state. They even threatened to mobilize their men to equally unleash an attack on Governor Fubara's properties. Guys, it was reported that demonstrators on Tuesday, the #EndBadGovernance protesters, had marched to Wike's house along Ada George Road in Port Harcourt, and they laid siege to it, chanting war songs and calling the ex-governors unprintable names. It took the presence of policemen, to resist these protesters who equally attempted to invade the mansion of Minister Wike. Speaking on Wednesday under the aegis of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Rivers State Chapter, the chairmen who were elected during Wike's tenure as Rivers State Governor accused Governor Fubara of sponsoring these protesters to storm Wike's residence. A former chairman of the Emoma local government area, Chidi Lord, said that they are aware that Governor Fubara directed those protesters to go to the residence of Nyesom Wike, and they've noted that they will also organize their men to go to the residence of Governor Fubara and protest. Enough is enough, according to Wike's men. Fubara does not have the capacity to cow anybody, and he knows it, and he knows that those men, that he knows that we know his properties, and we know that he knows that those people are his men. All they have achieved has just been mountainous looting of Rivers funds, so he should be very, very careful. He wants to incite ethnic bigotry here. If what happened yesterday at Adajor repeats itself, Fubara will not even be here to govern the state, and we will not allow him to destroy all we've achieved in this state just because he knows nothing about leadership. So the protesters should gather in the government house and ask him what he has done with the 238 billion he collected between May and June. But in a swift reaction, the State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Joseph Johnson, said that these local government chairmen sounded like broken records and noted that they finished their tenure and they have gone by our own law. So why is it that they are meddling in what does not concern them? And yes, we saw what happened when some protesters were at the residence of Nyesom Wike's house in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Although they were the presence of policemen were also seen, which they tried to restore law and order when these protesters were seen chanting war songs in Wike's residence. And according to them, they've noted that those persons did so on their own wish. So these local government chairmen trying to point fingers at Governor Fubara, it's just like the last kick of a dying horse, because they've already gone and there's nothing they can do in the states. So guys, it seems that some frustrated individuals in Rivers, most especially the ex-chairmen, those loyal to Nyesom Wike, are trying to get back at Fubara for what happened in Port Harcourt. It was reported that some protesters laid siege on Wike's residence. Although some policemen were there to stop those protesters from invading Wike's house. Had it been those policemen were not present, then who knows what would have happened. But calling out these protesters and also saying that it's the handwork of the governor, it's quite absurd, because we all know that Governor Fubara is not capable of such acts. He is not capable of such an act Not to talk of inciting protesters to go and lay siege on Wike's residence. It's totally uncalled for, and Fubara wouldn't stoop so low to do such a thing. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I feel Governor Fubara wouldn't stoop so low to do such a thing in Rivers State. The fact that Chidi Lord, a former local government chairman, made these allegations, it shows that it's coming from a place of spite. It's coming from a place of a place of spite. He wants to get back at the governor on behalf of his paymaster, Nyesom Wike. You see the likes of Chidi Lord, the likes of Nwasike, one of Wike's protege, a former chairman of Rivers State. Those persons, we all know they are Wike's mouthpiece. They are Wike's mouthpiece in Rivers State. So most times, words coming from their mouths do not really hold waters in Rivers, as we know that this can be another propaganda against the governor in Rivers State. We know how these Wike's former chairmen, they are always trying to get back at Governor Fubara in one way or the other. So I see this as just a mere propaganda against the governor. But the protesters actually went on their own and they were protesting in front of Wike's residence. They knew why they did that. They never mentioned why they did that, but I'm sure maybe it's because of Wike's antecedents in Rivers, with his recent, fight with Governor Fubara, trying to get his hands on Rivers State, and the people have finally rejected him. I guess they decided to send Wike a message by protesting in front of his house. But then the talk of Chidi Lord saying that they would bring their own men to go and protest in front of Fubara's house, well, I feel it's uncalled for. So let's take some few reactions from Nigerians. It has been a tradition to politicians as well. Some states the protest was hijacked by hoodlums and sponsored by politicians. These so-called rude politicians are the country's problem. How will you want to mobilize thugs against your fellow people's property? What are you telling the entire world? All these people, their children are not in this country. Let him go and use his own children. Where were the police and DSS in Rivers? Chidi Lord should be arrested and interrogated for such allegations against the sitting governor. He should be invited immediately. In short, he should be declared wanted. Okay, guys, these are reactions from Nigerians. So my country people, I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.